Good morning and welcome to 7 at 7 from the Economic Times podcasts, a daily financial news capsule to get you clued in for the day. It's Friday, the 20th of September, and I am your host, Bhaskar Datta. Let's start with news of the world. In a major escalation of the ongoing tensions in the Middle East, Israeli warplanes on Thursday carried out their most significant strikes in Lebanon in almost a year, Global Reports said. The move intensifies Israel's conflict with Lebanese outfit Hezbollah, amid international concerns about the broader region being engulfed in violence. The White House said that a diplomatic solution was achievable and urgent, and Britain called for an immediate ceasefire between Israel and Hezbollah, Reuters reported. Meanwhile, a White House spokesperson said that the US was afraid and concerned about potential escalation, the report said. Earlier this week, 37 people were killed and more than 3,000 injured following explosions of pagers across Lebanon, an attack that the country blamed Israel for. On the global markets front, monetary policymakers in the United States seem to have kicked off a giant stock rally, and it looks like it could extend as the central bank of the world's largest economy starts with a cycle of lower interest rates after 4 years. Following a large rate cut by the Fed on Wednesday, the S&P 500 jumped to a record high closing on Thursday, as investors cheered the lower borrowing costs and reassuring growth commentary provided by the US Central Bank. The Dow Jones Industrial Average also surged to lifetime closing highs, ending trade above 42,000 for the first time. Top-tier stocks notched up hefty gains, with Tesla shooting up over 7%, Apple and Meta platforms gaining almost 4%, and AI heavyweight Nvidia jumping 4%. The global market euphoria sparked by the Fed made its presence felt in Indian financial assets too. The two frontline domestic stock indices climbed to all-time highs during the trading session, and government bond yields retreated to a nearly 31-month low on Thursday after the US Central Bank cut rates by half a percentage point overnight. But broader local gauges and export-laden technology counters fell over concerns that the outsized reduction reflects previously unknown growth challenges in the world's largest economy. Let's turn to developments in one of the largest players in corporate India. The Adani Group has emerged as frontrunner in the race to acquire the promoter's 46.64% stake in ITD Cementation India, as the Ahmedabad headquartered group looks to bolster its in-house civil engineering capabilities. People aware of the matter said to ET, at current market value, a successful deal would be pegged at Rs 5,888 crore, or around $700 million, inclusive of a fully subscribed open offer that would follow a promoter stake purchase. ITD Cementation India is an engineering, procurement and construction company with roots in the UK, dating back to before India's independence. Amid a challenging global environment, India is making efforts to give exports a boost. The country will reduce certain charges at ports and buy 5 more used container vessels as part of a strategy to enhance exports and resolve shipping-related issues in trade, such as high freight charges. The measures were announced after a meeting between Commerce and Industry Minister Piyush Goyal and senior officials of ministries including shipping, ports, finance, civil aviation and railways on Thursday. India's goods exports have fallen for 2 straight months, with August witnessing a 13-month low contraction of 9.3%. Traders attributed it to rising shipping costs, slowdown in China, and recessionary trends in the West. The global trade scenario may be an uncertain one, but India is certainly catching the attention of international tech giants. Foxconn-backed Japanese company Sharp is actively scouting for an Indian partner to set up a display fab under the India Semiconductor Mission Scheme for display fabrication facilities. People aware of the developments told ET. Sharp is in talks with several Indian players, and top executives from its display vertical have met with potential partners, one of the sources said. Sharp has engaged in setting up display fabs for partners in other countries like China, Korea, and Taiwan. In India too, they would be looking at a similar strategy where they would aim to partner with a strong Indian player who will take the lead on the project, and then they provide their technical expertise. We'll end with news about fundraising in corporate India. Reliance Infrastructure's board on September 19th approved raising Rs 3,014 crore by preferential issue of up to 12.56 crore equity shares of the company at an issue price of Rs 240 apiece, the firm said in an exchange filing. The company said that the preferential issue will be made to promoter group entity Risi Infinity Private Limited and other non-promoter entities Florentry Innovation LLP, Fortune Financial and Equity Service Private Limited. The preferential issue will result in enhancing the promoter's equity stake. That's all for today. Thank you very much for tuning into 7 at 7 from the Economic Times podcasts.